Hi, it's me, Ernie Kleiman. I'm back here again, and today I'd like to talk about low-angle block planes for instrument making. They're an extremely useful tool and will save a lot of time, save a lot of energy. Here is a sample of a Lee Nelson low-angle block plane, and I believe it's probably one of the best on the market out there. It does practically everything I needed to do in instrument making, like planing tops, planing the sides level, planing your butt graft joints, planing your lining, your bridges, your neck, and everything else that you might need. This is an excellent tool. Here's another example of another low-angle block plane, but it's required a lot of work. One of the nice things about the low-angle block plane is the adjustable mouth, and you can open and close it so you can get a very fine shaving by playing around with adjusting and closing the mouth. Now on this older record, or what is it? The Stanley low-angle block plane, I believe it's a 60.5, it's about 35 years old. I've had to make a lot of modifications to it to get it to work right. In an ideal world, you want to have at least two block planes. One block plane with a plane blade set at 25 degrees for cutting softwoods, and another low-angle block plane with a 30-degree bevel on the blade for cutting hardwoods, especially the extremely hard ones. You want to have a good strong bevel there so the edge doesn't fold over. And what I'm going to talk about is all the little modifications you can make if you have an inexpensive block plane to get it to perform well. First thing you got to do is flatten the bottom and the forward shoe. So you could use a piece of plate glass with 220 grit sandpaper, make slash marks across it with a felt pen until you get it dead flat. That'll improve the performance of your block plane. Another little thing you can do is take down all the old paint around the screw hole leading back up to the front edge over here and get it down to the bare metal using a smooth mill bastard file. You want to plane this edge over here, this and this, so they're all in line together. When you put a straight edge across it, they're nice and flat. And I suggest you use that with a file, and you get it, work it down. You want to get all that all plane. The other thing you can also do is flatten the plate. A lot of these plates are either warped or they have a ton of paint on them. You could use a belt sander or a piece of MDF with sandpaper glued on it, or a piece of 3/8 of an inch plate glass, and keep sanding it till it's nice and flat, so that when you put it back into your block plane, it makes a positive contact with the back edge or the top edge of the plane and pushes it down, so you have a good positive contact there. Another thing I did with this is I replaced the stock Stanley blade, which I found very weak, and replaced it with a Hawk blade, which I find very useful. It seems to hold an edge a lot better than the old stock Stanley blade, which I found was kind of thin and didn't work all that well. It would tend to the problem with that I found was that it needed frequent sharpening. So the only problem is that you got to put a lot of extra work into souping up one of these little block planes to get it to perform as well as this Lee Nelson, which would basically, with just a little bit of honing out of the box, will do a great job for doing many little small tasks involved in instrument making. So to go over the points again, it's in an ideal world for instrument making, you want to have two low-angle block planes with an adjustable mouth. One set for 25 degrees for soft woods, and the other one set for 30 degrees with hardwoods. I'm assuming, since I don't know you, that you know how to grind on your planes. It's essential when you're grinding them down to get that bevel as flat and as square as you possibly can. Use a square edge and polish them up with some jeweler's rouge on a piece of leather, or you can use green rouge or whatever's convenient for you, or just even a leather strop will make a big difference in taking off the wire edge. Also, I like to, when I'm honing, I also like to make sure that the back of the blade is dead flat, and I just give it a couple of licks here on the strop, and I lift up the back end of the blade and I give it about a 5-degree angle to get off the wire edge before I mount it into the block plane. So This is an excellent tool for instrument makers and cabinet makers and woodworkers in general. Thank you. If you have any more questions, please email me at www.ateliertommy.com. Thank you.